Company wants me to work for my interview and steals it with no pay? You won't guess how I got my money's worth. I mostly work in a niche-ish area of law called discovery. Basically, when someone starts a legal proceeding, each party gets to ask other parties for certain documents relevant to the case. Sometimes parties refuse to produce certain documents because of reasons like attorney-client privilege. I argue why my client's documents are properly withheld or the other side's documents are improperly withheld. One day I see a job board post from a local law firm looking for a research/writing position with required experience in discovery disputes. This raises a red flag for two reasons. First, local law firms normally do not need to hire full-time R&W people because more than 95% of that firm's cases are very similar, i.e. a personal injury firm normally only handles personal injury cases, so keeping a full-time researcher is not worthwhile when all your cases are basically the same. When these local firms need something researched, they either just do it themselves or pay someone else for a few hours of work. Second, this local firm hired a friend of mine by telling them start here, work hard, and move up to senior associate in a few years before promptly letting them go after a few busy months. I go ahead and send my resume over and get scheduled for an interview pretty quickly. During the interview I gave them a fairly high salary ask which they agreed to almost instantly. Yeah, it's a trap. Then the partner hits me with the following: we ask all candidates to provide a writing sample before the final interview. Me, sure thing. I thought I attached one to the application, but let me grab my phone and double check. They say, oh, not that writing sample, that is too generic for evaluation. Here is a legal question that we want you to research. I'm like, I see. More than happy to do that at an hourly rate. Partner says it should be fairly quick work. No other candidate has asked us for writing sample compensation, and this makes it seem like you won't be a team player. If you aren't interested in the position, just tell us. Let me think about it. I tell them. So I go home and search a couple of local court dockets, and wouldn't you know it, this firm is involved in a case with a hearing set on exactly the discovery question they want me to produce a free writing sample on. Heyalizard.gif. I send an email back saying sure thing, I will make the writing sample, as long as it guarantees consideration for the R&W position. They say yes. I write a fantastic memo and send it in. A few weeks go by and I email asking for an update on the final interview. No response. Then I check that court docket, and wouldn't you know it, they straight up copy/pasted parts of my memo in the response. Always uniaudumbitch.jpg. I send a demand letter for payment plus fees. No response. I file a lawsuit for fraud. Oh baby, then I got a response. A frothy, salty response. Frothaltly. I got called some names. They went on and on about how I was going to lose, and after I lost, how they were going to countersue me. I said sounds good. Can't wait to lose. I guess you did hire a full-time R&W attorney. I mean, it would be like Baby Town Frolics easy to win if you never hired for that position. Actually, it would be even easier if you never even had a final interview for the spot. I'm sure you aren't that dumb though. Got the check 30 days later.